Hello, let's play Connections for Wednesday, August 5th. No announcements today. Let's just play. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Lucky, Mission, Ranch, Cattle, Wrangler, Investment, Gap, Steer, Broth, Pilot, Cape Cod, Merchandise, Drive, Diesel, Tutor, and Maneuver. Interesting. Why Cape Cod? Could that be purple fodder? Like just use some of the letters. Ends in cod, that's a fish. Anything else end in fish? Not that I see. Starts with cape. Looking for anything that might be cape related. Huh. I don't know. I guess I can't focus on that right now. How about just lucky? No idea. Mission. Your mission, your drive, like your reason for doing something. Could it be investment? Your investment into it? Your mission, your drive, your investment, your... You know what? We also have drive and steer, though. Like you to maneuver and to steer and to pilot, steer, maneuver. Maybe, and drive could mean that, like you're driving the vehicle. So maybe it's this one. Let's mark this as potentially yellow, just synonyms for being in control. And we can always adjust. We aren't locking in yet. Just marking. Happy little yellow lines. All right. Tutor. It's like a teacher. Or is that with a T? Pretty sure it's with a D. There's also the tutors, right? Is that how that's spelled? The family? Diesel. Why diesel? Diesel fuel? You know, Wrangler would be like a noun version of this. We also just have Gap. Gap is a clothing store. I wonder if we have clothing stores and I just don't know most of them. Like, is Diesel a clothing store or Cape Cod? Maybe merchandise and investment could go together. I'm not really sure. Cattle. Maybe ranch and cattle and Wrangler are all just kind of associated with farming. I don't know what else. Mission. Mission could be like, your mission is to do this, or like someone could say, oh, my mission is to do this, like your drive, right? Your reason for doing something. Or it could be like a mission, like a religious people go on missions around to proselytize, or a mission could be the actual building, I think. Religious building. I don't know. That has a lot of meanings. But none of those really match what we're seeing here, I don't think. So that was unhelpful. Merchandise. Broth. Diesel engine. Okay, I can't help but think that, like, these are just clothing brands, only because I know Gap is. And I could see someone naming a clothing store Diesel. I don't know. Maybe Lucky could be a brand. Finding the other categories would certainly help. Is it ranch and cattle and I mean, they're all in the top two rows. I wonder if this is a rainbow herring because it is top two rows. We've already put steer into yellow with a different meaning than what's used for farming. So wrangler or ranch. Ranch is a dip also, a dressing. Is Cape Cod a dressing? I don't know. Cattle. Maybe a wrangler and a tutor could be like, I don't know. Are they similar at all? Sometimes it feels like you're wrangling the kids, right? Broth, gap. All right. Since I haven't found anything else, I'm just going to see if this yellow is correct. It is. Okay, navigate. So I think I'm just going to try my best here. I don't really have something else to try. I could try Gap, Lucky, Diesel, and Cape Cod and just see if those are all clothing stores. I'm looking to see if there's any other, like, I could see that being a clothing store. Maybe Tudor, maybe Mission. But I'm just going to see if this is at all close. It's one away. Okay, so I might be onto something here. Maybe Diesel isn't a brand and like Mission is or something. I might as well try it. I'm not going to use my last mistake though. That was not one away. Okay, so Diesel belongs in and Mission does not. That's good info. So I'm thinking Cape Cod isn't a brand then. Let's mark these three as green potentially. Or blue maybe, since it's kind of like more like a trivia thing. This is my assumption. I know the Diesel goes in, and I'm assuming Gap does because I kind of built it around that idea. But who knows? We know Bit Mission is not blue. So what is it? I forgot that we had that rainbow herring. So we've got Wrangler. Why don't I just give them a color? I don't actually care what. But I'm going to give Wrangler a green. And then we have cattle. We have ranch. So the question is cattle or is ranch a clothing brand? I don't think ranch would be, would it? I don't know. Either could be. I got to figure out what. Figuring out Wrangler would help, I think. Is this purple, perhaps? What would it be, though? We haven't had normal colors recently, though, so it's hard to do the meta. Cattle could be changed to battle if we change the C to a B. I have to consider we have merchandise. So I feel like merchandise goes with investment somehow. Just like something of value. Would that be Wrangler, ranch, or cattle? I don't know. Would broth mean something like that? Kind of like your bread and butter, but it's your broth. And what's Cape Cod doing? I keep looking to see if Cape Cod can span, like we use some of the letters spanning the space, but I don't see it. Hmm. So it's either cape or cod if we're using letters. Unless we have a things that, I don't know. I'm lost on this one. Maybe I should try ranch or cattle here. I'm going to try ranch, actually. That's one away. So I'm going to assume it's cattle, but I'm not going to lock it in yet because I have no interest in losing before putting more thought into this. But since it was one away, I do think these three are correct. It doesn't have to be true, I don't think. Let's see. These three with Cape Cod was one away, with Mission was not one away, and then with cattle was one away. No, sorry, with ranch was one away. Does that mean these three have to be in? No, because it could be ranch and Cape Cod with two of these. Something to consider. We could do Cape Cod and ranch, and we could do like Gap and Lucky or something. So one of these is still potentially in play. We're going to assume that cattle just goes with these three. So what does that leave? That leaves ranch being our yellow. Not yellow, purple. And we are not saying that it has to be a traditional purple. Just I'm picking three colors here for our rainbow herring. And of course, I'm assuming we have the rainbow herring, which is another big assumption. Could a ranch go with a mission, like a specific kind of building? Then maybe I don't know, a Tudor house or something. I'm not seeing another one though. Ranch, a mission, a Tudor. Yeah. Is a broth like the name? Like, could that be short for brothel? I don't know. Shoot. So if this was something and that was something, then we would need Wrangler, Investment, Cape Cod, and merchandise to go together. Doesn't make any sense to me. Merchandise starts with merch and then dice spelled wrong. Investment. Cod, Wrangler. Yeah, I don't see how this is a category. All right, well, this is kind of giving up, but I need to see if this blue is right. Nah, it wasn't. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it was brands. Wrangler was the brand. Did I not consider that? Diesel, Gap, Lucky, Wrangler. So this was correctly one away, but I assumed it had to go with, oh, yeah, okay. Wrangler was the other option that I didn't consider in the rainbow herring. House styles. So there is like a Tudor house. Cape Cod is a house style. Mission Ranch Tudor. So I was kind of right about this one, wasn't I? But it's house styles. And then what stock might refer to. Broth, like a chicken stock or a beef stock. Cattle, like livestock. Stock in your in an investment sense. And then you stock merchandise. Okay. Really tough one for me today. Let's check the difficulty. We've got a price tag on, well, those are houses, but okay. 2.3. They said this was easier than yesterday. I just don't see how. 47%. Yeah, no one does. All right. People who won are getting yellow first. So did I. Really, really much lower chance to get blue, green, or purple. Second, really evens out, just not purple. Ever is mostly just yellow. So 28% of people got only yellow, 11% got yellow green, 5% nothing, 7% yellow blue. So this was our rainbow herring, the livestock herding, ranch cattle, wrangler, and steer. So I did recognize that. I just, for some reason, didn't think Wrangler would go with the brands. But if I had actually thought about it, I may have realized that I've heard of Wrangler as a jeans brand. I don't know. Lucky Ranch, Gap and Diesel, Lucky Cow. Yeah, these are all just my guesses, but I'm not the only one. I'm the only one who did this one. All right. What do people guess first? Yellow, the rainbow herring, blue, green, purple's at 1%. That's really low for purple. All right. Well, how'd you do?